Hi everybody, this is Elizabeth at Petals and Parchment. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I am so very excited to share with you my newest project. I dreamed this up a few months ago and it's been a true labor of love putting it together, and I wanted to tell you about it today. I'm creating a year-long project. It's called the Reflective Rolodex. It's a year of gratitude, and what I'm really hoping to achieve with this project, I'll show you what we'll be making here, is to really cultivate gratitude in my life and mindfulness practices, to take a couple minutes out of every single week to reflect on all of the blessings that I have in my life and to seek out things to be positive about. Cultivating mindfulness in the way that I think and the way that I speak and the way that I act. These are all things that I want to focus on heading into the new year. And so I've put together a project. I was inspired by several people for this. The first person is Amanda at Scrimping Mommy. She's actually in the middle of a Rolodex project herself, and I saw a freebie that she offered a few months ago and it was so beautiful, and I said, a Rolodex, what a great idea. And I ran and just started creating, and I came up with the Reflective Rolodex and a year-long project of gratitude. This is what I came up with. I'll show you in just a few minutes a flip through of the kit. But another person that I was deeply inspired by was Suzanne at Nonstop Paper Crafts. She's been doing a year-long project for, gosh, many months now. I think it started last March or April or something like that. She every week does prompts for her index card challenge, and comes up with 3 prompts, and then she creates her idea for the prompts on an index card and shares that on YouTube every week, and then people in her group do their version of it and share it. And so I really loved the sense of community that Suzanne cultivated with her index card project. And then I was also really inspired by Robin Sampson, who is in a digital scrapbooking community that I used to be a part of. And she is the creative genius behind BibleJournalClasses.com, and you'll see an example of some of her Rolodex cards that I used a couple years ago on a book Rolodex that I will show you. So in addition to all of the boxes that I've given a choice of boxes that you can create in the kit, or you can do a book Rolodex, and there's also an option to create one using a cardboard box. So really you just have to make a choice in the beginning what you'd like your Rolodex to look like, and then use the elements of the kit throughout the year to build 1 card per week. So at the end of the year, we're going to have 52 cards that will be a body of work that reflects a grateful heart. And so that's my goal for the year. I plan to do 1 video a week showing how I make my card, and there's some journaling involved if you'd like to go down that route. The back of each card, you can put a journaling card about what you're grateful for, or you could go any direction that you choose. Really, the choices are limitless and entirely up to you. So before we go any further, I'll just show you a flip through of the kit so you can see a little bit about what to expect with the project. So what do you guys think of the kit? Do you think it's beautiful? Let me know down in the comments what your favorite part was, and I'd be really excited if you'd go on this journey with me. So I'm going to show you how to construct this box, and it is a functioning Rolodex box, and let's get started with that. But first, I would just like to once again say thank you and invite you to go on this spiritual journey with me, where we dig a little deeper and search for the beautiful parts of our lives and ourselves that sometimes can feel hidden in the day-to-day grueling activities of life. Join me. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get started. Okay, so I've decided that I'm going to choose the January and winter box. So this is fresh starts. This is the page that you're going to print for January, and then you're going to print the backing sheet on the reverse side and cut all of these elements out, and then you're going to put them in the January envelopes, and make sure to cut these little pieces out as well, and that's how the envelopes fit in the Rolodex as well, to keep all your little bits and bobs. I did back this too so that the inside of the envelopes were very pretty. And then I've chosen as my box the winter box, and I backed that with the January winter page too, which I just think is really beautiful. So I'm going to get all of this cut out and then show you how to assemble it. Another great option for you is to just find a small cardboard box, and then you can simply use the backing sheets in the kit and cut panels that are the size of the box and cover the bottom and the insides as well, and then you'll have a nice Rolodex there, and then you can follow the directions. But yeah, this is a great little box. I don't even know what came in it, but this was the inspiration for the dimensions of the cards. I was going to do this, and then I figured out how to make my own box digitally, so I went that route. But this was my initial idea, was to use this box and cover it with the papers. So you could do that and then just run your dowels inside the length of the box and then set your little cards in, and I think this would work really great. It will definitely hold all 52 cards regardless of you know, all the decorations on them. So you can find yourself a little box, or you can make a little box using some leftover cardboard. Another option would be to make a Rolodex out of a book. Here's one that I made a few years ago in a garden theme. I think it's pretty cute. I've got little flowers poking out of the garden and the gate, as well as my favorite part is this little cobblestone sidewalk. And I colored all of the pages in different shades of green with ink. I made this one a few years ago, and here are actually some of the cards from Robin Sampson. This is available in my Etsy shop if you're interested. And these are some of Robin's cards. They're really cute, so I've included them. And here's a side view. So I can show you how to make one of these. It's really quite simple. You just need a book of any size. I wanted a smaller book. I got this one at the Dollar Tree. And it's really easy. You just simply open it up and start folding the pages in half, like so. And that's it. You just keep going and going and going, folding the pages. Once it gets started, it's much easier. So you'll just continue in this fashion until the entire book is done. And then once that's finished, I can show you in a separate video how to assemble and decorate it. But you'll want to get that far. There's some other videos as well. But essentially, you just punch holes with your crocodile and put in some grommets in the corners. and then you're going to tie some rope or cord or string to anchor the two sides, and then you just create a piece of cardstock or file folder or something to decorate the side, and I'll show you all of that. Or if you get done before I post that video, then you can look it up. It's called a book Rolodex, and see how someone else might do it, but I'll try to get that done this weekend. So that's one option for you, is to create a book Rolodex. Okay, so I've got all my pieces cut out for the box that I chose. So again, the very first step that you want to take is to choose which box style you'd like. You can choose one of the several printable box options that I've provided, or you can make the book Rolodex that I showed you, or you can make one out of cardboard. Amanda has a really great tutorial for a very sturdy box. I would recommend checking her video out, and I can put the link for that in the description so you can check out her amazing tutorial that goes with her Rolodex project. So yeah, so this is what you'll need. Some ink if you'd like, and then a scoreboard and a scoring tool, and then I've got just a standard hole punch, some glue, some scissors, and the optional item for the envelope closures to hold the ephemera would be some little Velcro dots. So here I'll just show you. I've cut out a bunch of the ephemera that we'll be using when we begin the project in the first week of January, and then I just put it in this little envelope that comes with the kit, and I decorated a little bit with some cheesecloth and just one of the sentiments that comes with the kit. And I would recommend, when you're putting the envelope together, you can put a dab of glue at the bottom of the envelope at the top of the holes, so that the ephemera doesn't slide down and get in the way of the operation of the Rolodex holes. Or when you're filling the envelope with the ephemera, you can just put your finger there to stop it going below where there's a cut, but I would recommend just putting a dab of glue there at the bottom of the envelope, so that when you stick it in the Rolodex file, it's completely operational, and the ephemera has plenty of room in there. I've made it all small enough to fit. So I've cut out a bunch of the journaling cards, and then, so let me just show you first and foremost how to cut the notches for the Rolodex to fit in this file holder. So I found that it's pretty easy to just use the guides that are located on the bottom, and then just using a pair of scissors, simply snip up to meet the circle using the guides that are already on the paper when you print it out. So that's pretty easy, and then I just went around and inked it ahead of time, and that's the journaling card, the Rolodex card, all done. And then I've got a stack of those ready for January now. And then you cut out the ephemera holding envelope, and you're going to want to score it. The lines are pretty faint, so I went ahead and scored and inked them ahead of time so you can see, but you'll just it's pretty standard looking envelope. You just score it on these lines, and then you turn it and score it on these lines here and here. And then after you fold it and burnish it like so, then you're just going to do the same process with the hole punch and cutting the little slits leading up to the hole punch. And now you've got an envelope. I really like the pattern that was on the back of mine, so I'm actually going to glue this one in reverse. I just really like the purples on this one, so it's best to do the glue line on this side, because these envelopes tucks here are a little bit longer than the bottom. That way you don't get glue all the way up on this corner here. And then you can use some clips to clip these while it dries. And then you've got yourself an Rolodex envelope that holds the ephemera in the little Rolodex file. So that's super cute. So you can use, for the actual Rolodex itself, you can use a straw or a dowel, or you can use a chopstick if you have a wooden one from takeout that you got. You could even use a popsicle stick turned sideways. I think that would work as well. So what I've done first here is I've cut out the box that's going to be our Rolodex file. And then using this here is going to be the bottom of the box, this middle portion here. So what I did was I took my straw and I just measured from this line to this line in the center, and I just made a mark for myself, and then I slid this up and I made another mark, and those are going to be the little sections that our Rolodex cards sit on within the file, like so, so that it acts as a real working Rolodex. So the first step is going to be to score all these lines and assemble the box. Sometimes it's tricky to line it up, so you'll want to take your time and find all the correct score lines. Okay, and then we're simply going to bend and burnish all of the score lines that we just made. Get this scoreboard out of the way. Okay, so we're just going to simply tuck everything to the side here and glue it. These tabs go to the inside to create the sides of the box like so. And we're going to glue it like this. I am actually going to create another score line here and bend this part down to make the front of the box a little bit sturdier and also a little shorter. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue that tab down. Like so. And then I'm going to just tuck in these tabs and put glue on them. Then I'm going to raise the sides to meet the bottom of the triangular portion, like so, and just hold it in place for a moment until it catches, and then do the other side. Make sure you've lined up the bottom so that it's flush. Then I'm going to finish by putting glue on these tabs here and tucking them on the inside as well. Like so. Hold it for just a second to get the glue in place. Then move to the other side and do the same thing. Again, making sure that your edges are flush. And we've created our little box. Looks like this. Okay. I want to get a little bit more glue right here in the top corner. I don't like how that was not sticking together all the way. And there's our cute little box. And then the next step is just to cut your dowel or your straw or whatever you're using. And we're just going to take these and to line up with where the card sits. So this is going to be the trickiest bit here, is to find out exactly where we're going to glue these. So what I'm going to do is take the straw out, and I'm going to put the Rolodex card, and I'm just going to draw a straight line in the bottom to indicate where I want to glue the straws down. Can you see that? Okay, and I think using hot glue is definitely the best option here. If you have it available, I would suggest that. So what I'm going to do is just run a line of hot glue across the bottom where I made those lines for myself, and stick the little straw down there directly on top, and that will keep it nice and firmly in place. And I'll do that one more time here. And just kind of drop it in there, and then the hot glue adheres pretty instantly and dries quickly, and there we go. We've got our working Rolodex. Now we can take our cards here, and if you need to do any trimming here to get it to fit properly, depending on the size of the dowel that you're using or the size of the straw or whatever you've decided to use, you can trim that so that it functions properly. And there's our working Rolodex. We've got our little ephemera envelope here, and we're all set to begin our January project the first week of the year. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick tutorial about how to assemble your Rolodex project, and I hope you join me for this year of reflection and gratitude, where we travel inward and try to find the answers that we're seeking about ourselves and our worlds, and how we can cultivate gratitude and mindfulness in everything that we do. This is a practice that I'm really looking forward to learning more about myself and each other along the way, and I'm really grateful that you've at least popped in to see what it was all about. So thank you, and I do hope you join me. You'll find the kit available in my Ko-fi and Etsy stores, and thank you so much, everyone, and I look forward to what the new year brings. I hope everyone has a wonderful, terrific holiday season and a safe and happy new year, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. It means everything to me. Thank you. Bye.